Now, some of you might be too young for this, but some of you may be old enough to remember this commercial. Take a look.
It's after 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Oh, man, that hits right there. Hold on, let me pause this.
On the 10 o'clock news.
Pause.
The calendar may say
Oh,
October.
I'll just turn this whole thing off. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, man, I'm going to post another vid. That just, I don't know, it just inspired me to just talk about my childhood right there. I was watching the game. The game just ended. Jets won. I'm a big New York Jets fan. That's right. Aaron Rodgers is a nut job. He's a conspiracy theorist, and I don't know what he talks about sometimes. But I do like him as a quarterback, but don't like his politics and his point of view on lots of different things. We'll get into that later. I feel like it's too early for me to get into all this. So I just joined YouTube. I need to, stay away from that controversy right now and get into that. We'll talk about it a little bit later on, but I'm definitely going to get into that. But going back to the video of, the commercial of it's after 10 p.m. Do you know your children are? That hit me. Being a kid, watching the news, after, taking a bath, putting on my PJs, getting ready for bed, thinking about my household, that just kind of jogged my memory. Wheel of Fortune. My mom used to be a big Wheel of Fortune fan. Jeopardy, big Jeopardy fan. And the lotto. Oh man, it's Yolanda Vega with the lotto. So things like that reminded me just really quick. Oh, MASH. Oh, sorry, MASH. Have you ever watched MASH? Whenever you watch MASH, that means like you got to go to bed as a kid. If MASH is on and you see that helicopter flying across your screen and those soldiers getting out that copter, you got to go to bed. Yeah, that's one of those shows. I'm like, yeah, it's late. MASH is on. I got to go to bed. But it's just interesting to see how, certain things will spark, your memory. And that commercial right there definitely did spark my memory. It just made me think about, how it was growing up, how it was being a kid. And, oh man, it was great times. Great times. Playing outside until the street light came on. Playing, tackle football. The girls, playing double dutch. In the street, everyone playing tag, making sure that, if the car's in the, coming down the street, you make sure everyone holds on to the ball, car coming, the game stops, pauses, you go back into it. If an older guy was coming around, you try to hide the ball, because for those of you guys who don't know, when the older dudes come around, they think they're, reliving their glory years. So they want to go back to when they were a star quarterback in 1974, and they want to show you, hey, man, yo, young blood, let me see that ball, man. Back in my day, I was a star quarterback, and I threw for 50,000 yards in one game. Like, oh man, here we go. Next thing you know, your ball stuck in a tree. You're like, yo, bro, what we gonna do now? They're like, oh, my bad, man. Just feel a little rusty. I see you young fellas, later, gotta go. Yeah, stuff like that. But again, like, just growing up, it was good, man. It was crazy. They grew up, in the 80s era. We felt the impact of that, in the community. But at the same time, there were a lot of, good things that, I learned from growing up the way that I did. Being tough, being out, in the neighborhood. It was something that made you, who you were. It was tough at times. You experienced lots of things. But at the same time, too, it made you into who you are, made you tough, made you understand how certain things work, how to, maneuver. And I think as I got older, I kind of wanted to stay away from, the neighborhood and what, those, bad, tough things and those memories like that, the negative aspects of it. As I got older, I shied away from it. But at the same time, too, it did make me who I am today. again, like the pros and cons to it. Like, you know, loved growing up and the way that I did, but we did experience some crazy stuff too, some, you know, some tough times here and there. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. I really wouldn't. And it kind of almost makes me think, you know, makes me think about a lot of different things. Like, I have 2 kids now, one 4-year-old and a daughter. She's 19 months now. And to think that they'll never, you know, experience the things that I did when I was a kid, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. At first, I'm like, you know, you need the grit, you need the toughness. You need to go through that struggle. But why? You know, maybe they don't need to go through the struggle. Maybe, you know, they could learn enough from my struggle so that they can, you know, they don't have to go through the struggle, or they don't have to go through that, you know. But I know that comes with its own, you know, sets of, you know, situations and things like that. So I guess I'll deal with it when the time comes. But just want you to know that I would like to share more about who I am on this platform. Now, hopefully you guys are interested in, you know, you ask me questions and maybe we can, you know, start a community and I can start following some of your pages, you know. So what I would suggest you do is just watch for more, you know. Thank you. Have a good night.